another great guest that joins us here in just a second on 365 Sports. And we've talked to him over the years, a lot of years.
Too many.
Garmon Randolph of Baylor with us on 365 Sports in Frisco. What was today like for you, and what's this experience been like for you?
I would say it's a full circle moment. You know, I get to watch Matt. I mean, me and him both been here for 6 years, so it's a really cool experience to be out here and be able to show what I can do.
All right, I'm gonna juxtapose your personalities. You are like Mr. Mellow. Matt is a psycho, right?
Crazy.
He's a psycho.
He's crazy.
What when you're like, he was good for a 15-yarder for a while, like almost every game, and then he kind of got that under control. What is it like to play with that guy behind you, knowing like?
I like it like that.
Yeah.
He don't like. I need him to be like that. It make me want to be like that. You know, somebody got to be like that. Honestly.
Garmon, what was this past year like for you guys to get 8 wins? I know there's a little bit left out there, at the end especially. So a little bit of positive, a little bit of negative. How would you sort of describe your final year there at Baylor?
It was good. I mean, we could have definitely been better if we would have started the rest of the season off like we played the rest of the season. Wouldn't nobody be able to mess with us.
Why were you guys so connected, even in the hardest times, coming off a bad season, knowing that like the coaching staff's got pressure from the outside? It didn't seem that ever changed your mentality.
Nah, I mean, when the coaches is like about to get fired and stuff, that's because of us.
Yeah.
Like, we taking food off their table. Mm-hmm. Like, we making them be out of a job. Like, when they leave, we still going to be here, you know? So, at the end of the day, it's like, this is way bigger than just us. And, like, people got to love the game for real.
We've talked about players who've played a long time, and you mentioned Matt and you in the 6 years. There's a guy at Miami that played 9.
I heard about that. Was he the tight end?
Tight end, McCormick. How many years is too many years?
9. 6.
Did you just ask for a waiver? You have 2 more years left in it now.
I ain't doing that. I'm going with college.
Yeah.
Does it feel good to be done with school?
Yes.
Yeah. You look. There's not people out there walking the earth that are 6'7", that are 6'7" and lean and long and move like you. What have you been hearing from teams? What have you been working on? What's been your focus in this process?
Honestly, just show them how athletic I can be. Mm-hmm. I mean, that they hold that to a big premium. I mean, I had to do all this today with a pulled hamstring. I pulled my hamstring on Friday before I flew in. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I gave them as much as I could give them today. Yeah. But, there's still private workouts and all that stuff that you go through before the draft. Mm-hmm. So, I got time. But, I mean, the Cowboys was definitely like, we said we want you first. Like, make sure you get in there with us. So, I don't take anything out here and stick with that, because people just say stuff at the end of the day. I'm waiting until draft day. I don't even ask where y'all see me projected.
Right.
Don't want to know.
You could see yourself practicing in this facility, though. You see yourself walking around these hallways.
Yeah, I like to know taxes.
Man, you are a businessman, too.
That's one thing I did learn.
Yeah.
This is a business. This ain't college football no more.
Oh. Yeah. Is college football getting to be almost?
Yes.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
1,000%.
So what, you like it that way, or did you like it when?
Yeah, this is not high school no more. This is almost the real world.
How much did you see that whole, I guess, mindset sort of shift from when you started? Mm-hmm. This was non-existent.
Nope.
So, like, how did that change even team dynamics and just the way the approaches were by the end of your career versus, I mean, how much did you have to deal with that you weren't having to deal with before?
I feel like the only difference is entitlement.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're getting paid more than a guy or something like that and you shouldn't be, or you're getting paid and you just go out there and I don't want to cuss on here, and they BS the whole time or something like that, people act different when they get real money. That's a real thing.
But that's in any part of life. Yeah. But yeah.
Did you? But in a way, like sometimes accountability. It's harder maybe to like notice those guys that are not going to be all in, that are in it for this. Like you guys, the smart ones know that like, hey, if we play well and we're getting paid, we're going to get paid.
Exactly.
Like that's the thing. I'll like it's going to do that, as opposed to the ones that are like, well, I got to get paid first and then I'll play later. And but can it kind of help weed out the cancers from a locker room maybe quicker than before?
You can say it.
No,
Yeah.
not at Baylor.
Okay.
But at other schools, you missing stuff, you not being places on time, they take your money. They'll take your money. They get fines and stuff at other schools. We didn't do that, and I told them they should have.
You told who?
The upstairs. Y'all need to start fining people. They don't want to show up on time. They don't want to do shit on time. You're gonna get fined in the NFL.
No.
Yeah.
Or get fired in real in
Exactly.
real life.
Go get cut. Like. So.
Did you ever have like a come to Jesus moment as a team? Like maybe when you guys were struggling early on.
When we got smacked by Iowa State.
At Iowa State, okay.
Yep.
So you did.
Yes.
What happened?
Life will test you. It will turn your world upside down. Again. And again. And again. The only way to hit back is to stand up. Stand up every time. And say, I'm not done.
We got our ass whooped.
No, I know that. But what did you guys do after? What was it?
That's when we found out they was really on the hot seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It got. Man.
After that, I thought he was. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But hey, if everybody has the same common goal, like for real, and truly believe that, then there shouldn't be no reason your team bad.
Did Dave ever bring that up, Coach Aranda? Was that ever brought up by him? Yeah.
He never said anything about it.
You guys obviously had that common goal. When you got that first win of the streak, is that when you felt, because you had these games where you're right to Colorado, you're right there.
We should have beat Colorado. We should have beat Utah. We should have beat a lot of people.
Yeah, you're right there. And then instead of like getting down and being like, well, we just can't do this, you're like, no, this is flipping now.
We already knew that we was better than them teams.
And so then once you did it, it was like, okay,
Yes.
forget about all that stuff. It's over now.
Exactly.
Was that how it was?
Yeah, you just got to watch the film.
Yeah.
Film don't lie. The eye in the sky don't lie.
And you go into Lubbock and beat the hell out of Tech, and that lit the fire. You mentioned entitlement and players getting paid, and that maybe that wasn't something that was the policy wasn't well. All players feel that way unless they were the ones being entitled.
Matt, he don't make faces at me. You said wait. Sorry.
So
repeat that.
Did was entitlement an issue, and did you know the ones? What did you say? Did you say anything to those players? How do you do that? How do you get through it without losing the locker room?
I don't know if I could ever be a coach. One thing I learned: people don't listen. Trying to be a leader, people don't listen. Like people don't want to be helped sometimes. But I'm not your coach. I can't take you off the field for real. So I mean,
did you ever have somebody come to Jesus with you at all in your football career?
with me,
Yeah.
I mean maybe when I got in trouble, probably I was on a high for sure because we had just won the Big 12, and then the next year in 2022 I had a pretty nice season. So I felt like nothing could stop me. And then the Lord brought me back down to ground zero where I should have been, honestly.
But those things are, like, you look at it now and it was painful, but do you look at it now as like, well, I'm glad that, like, I learned from that? Like,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad something happened before it got, like,
Exactly.
worse than it was, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that did the 6th year, like, being there 5-6 years, you can now see it, like, maybe through a different lens because your life that you see the young guys come in and you're, like, you just want to tell them, like, hey, you're going to do what you're going to do, but let me just leave this for you so that when the light goes on, you'll be like, yeah, Garmon told me that.
Yeah, I had to talk, like, after I had gotten into all that trouble, I talked to the team, like, when I came back before the season started, before the 2023 season started. But I guess it didn't work because we was terrible.
Yeah, that was
terrible.
just awful.
Terrible year.
What do you look back on as, like, I mean, the Big 12 championship, the Sugar Bowl, is that right there at the very top
Yes.
of, like, when you look back?
Yes, because when I first got there in 2019, we went to the Sugar Bowl and the Big 12.
Yeah.
And then 2020 we had another down year, but then 2021 we came back and did it again. Actually, 2022 was a good year too, but I mean
The start of it.
You guys just
for sure
melted down at the end. Did anyone want to play in that freezing?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh! It felt like I had hooves for feet. Like,
We didn't want to be there either.
I was there outside.
Yeah, we were no. Emery was. Emery went outside. We were just doing the show. We had to you have to park and drag the equipment in, so we're outside for maybe out and back like 30 minutes total, like the whole day. But that 15 minutes on the way in lasted with me the whole day. I never got warm again until I got to the hotel that night and I got in the shower and like turned it like as far as I could stand it. I was not warm again.
He played in the game.
Yeah, I know.
You're doing all this.
Yeah.
He played in the game.
Yeah.
I didn't wear no sleeves or nothing either. Just I put
And Nate,
Trying to be
that stuff
tough.
on. I just put that Vaseline all over my body.
like the old Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line, they wear those tight. Air Force didn't care. They wanted a piece
It
of
was
that.
fine.
They wanted
had,
you that.
But they had the jackets and all that stuff on the sideline. We had nothing.
Ill prepared.
In Texas, we don't ever believe it's going to be as cold as it is until it is.
They turned off our heaters and everything. Because people was hogging the heater standing in front of somebody stood in there so long that they caught on fire like their pants caught. They burned. Yes.
Start to smell something burning. Like, where is that coming from?
They're like, y'all not cold, man. Yes, the hell I am.
That's a game where you just have to. Like,
Come on,
it's
be
cold,
for real.
man.
Like, it's
Yeah,
cold.
it's
Ain't no
cold.
more being tough.
Yeah. I remember people were all like, hey, yeah, well, it's great. We're going to go to the game. It's just up in Fort Worth. It's 4 degrees outside, and everybody's like, yeah, I'm not going to go. I'm going to stay here.
Eyes, they was watering like,
And freezing.
literally like, oh my gosh.
Do you wear contacts?
Nope.
Okay, I was wondering if you could wear them in that temperature without them just.
Freezing to your eyes
Yeah.
or something? I bet. I wonder. That's a good question.
Garmon, do you feel like you left Baylor better than you found it, and seeing kind of the trajectory of the program? How do you feel about just those guys moving forward? I mean, obviously you feel like there's some things that could be better, but how do you feel about just kind of the state of things as you leave now after 6 years and having seen all of the highs and the lows that you saw?
I think they're in a good place. I feel like I left a good example for the younger guys too, or something to strive for. But always be better than where you left it. Always leave the place better than you left it. So I think I gave as much as I could.
You mentioned you wanted to show your athleticism, your versatility, all of those, and you did that. At Baylor, you moved around quite a bit. That showed your athleticism, made big plays, and then again learned about you're not invincible in any way. And that's part of life too. Where are you going to play in the NFL?
Wherever the team needs me. They seen what I can do. Wherever the team needs me.
Do you like being able to do, both things?
I market myself way better.
Yeah.
I can do everything. I mean, I played offense when I came out of high school, so I mean, it's just everything natural. Just playing football at the end of the day. Yeah.
If an NFL team sits down with you and has a one-on-one with you, and you are already very much transparent about your life, and they ask you, well, how do we know you're not going to go back to that time again?
Okay. They've asked that because I'm grown and I've actually had to deal with what happened. I mean, you can't run from a situation like that. You have to take full responsibility. And it's just all you can do is say it's not going to happen again. You just got to let me show you.
That's the best answer I think you can give. That's the best answer you can give.
We have had Tyler Batty from BYU.
That's my boy.
Colin Oliver from Oklahoma State, who you missed almost all of last year. And the personalities from all of you, and we've had offensive linemen, they're a little bit more boring. I can say that because all of them have left the building. But the personalities and just again, it's just been a really good run for us here in the last 3 segments we've done, including with you. And, yeah, you're right. You were there a long, long time. You saw the good, the bad, the ugly, and the comeback, maybe. Yeah. Is this team, with who they have coming back, are they ready to take it and move it to the next level? Or do they fill in the blank?
You don't want to jinx them, I know.
I don't think he's worried about jinxing them.
I ain't around the team like that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's true.
I wouldn't know. I don't even know the transfers, like who came in. Or
You got a bunch.
I know they got a lot. You know what I'm gonna say here? If we would have put it all together last year, we would have been at least top 5 in the country.
Huh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Well, look,
bro, I'm telling you,
right there.
Yes.
Like you're right there in several games. So
Yes.
the record would have,
Yes.
the record would have probably
Yes.
indicated that.
Yes.
So does that help? It's over. College football's over. Now you got this next level. Does that keep you up sometimes?
Oh yeah. Every time I see somebody from Colorado, I talk to them about that. They come up to me and talk to me about it. I'm like, bro, I'll never ever like get over that. Ever. That's never happened to me.
Where would you?
Where on the sideline because I had a high ankle sprain
Okay.
after I got the sack in the second half.
Yeah, the mini sacks. You guys, you were
I had
all
like 10, 12. We was on it.
A lot of crazy stuff had to happen. Of course, Travis Hunter had to happen, and then, he threw a dot.
Ain't no doubt that should have been an interception.
knockdown, interception,
Like, come on.
anything.
The
Yeah.
ball floated in the air, bro. Like all y'all in the back line. That's y'all's fault. The whole secondary should not have played the rest of the season. If you want to be honest. I can say that now. Since I'm not a Baylor student. I can say that.
Well, I'm
now.
sure you said it
I
then
did.
too, right?
I did.
Yeah. So you're not like saying something after you left. You bolted town.
Oh.
That was That's the part that I think everybody doesn't understand. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, but it's neither here nor there. Pass is over. Time do not stop for nobody. So
Yeah. You're very wise, Garmon.
yeah, I try to be. I try to be.
So have you always been like the word chill was brought up very early in this conversation because Matt Jones is a psycho? Have you always just kind of been this way? Or?
I'm a really outgoing person.
You are.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be professional, But I'm definitely a really outgoing person, so I'm just talking like this and being calm to calm my nerves, to be honest.
Okay.
I got to ask you one question about Sawyer Robertson. So he doesn't start the year as a starter.
Nope. He's
Because
a ball
DeQuan Finn, you brought him in from Toledo, got some money, didn't work out, and then Sawyer has that it factor
He does.
in his neck and his ability and the leadership skills. Can you try to explain what he meant and what he meant turning that thing around?
He's what you call a football player, a real life football player. Like he gonna go out there and he gonna play like that all the time. He played the whole season hurt. After I know y'all noticed when he wasn't running.
Yeah,
he wasn't
yeah,
running. He
yeah.
was hurt the whole season. And he was still balling.
Well, the year before against Utah, if he's not playing on not even both, like he's hurting both legs.
Yes.
Maybe that things go differently because he was playing hurt, through a lot. That most guys would be like, all right, sit down, but because you guys needed him, he went out there.
Exactly.
What does that mean to the guys?
You willing to sacrifice? Like you got to be willing to sacrifice something. You better play hurt.
Yeah.
I'm playing hurt. You better play hurt.
Yeah.
Sorry, you want to win. If you love the game enough, then you gonna do what it takes to win. But Sawyer is a dog. That's what you call a dog, and he athletic as hell, and he could throw the ball, and he could do everything. He could lead, and he's just an actually good person, an actual good person. So you can let him critique you. You can let him do all that because you know it's coming from a good spot, and he mean everything he says.
Was there any blowback when they named DeQuan the starter, or is that a known thing from the beginning because of the NIL?
I feel like it was a known thing. Why would you bring somebody in and pay them that much money for them to sit on the bench?
Man, it's been fun talking to you.
Yeah.
And we'll be in touch. But I think we still have your number.
As somebody who just shoots straight as much as possible, I appreciate how much you shoot straight as well.
Because I don't like bullshitters. Tell me the truth.
I'm there with you. So, I appreciate your transparency and just being upfront about whatever. So, man, thank you for the time. Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty good. Really good stuff. We appreciate your time, man. Thank you, Garmon.
Of course.
Garmon Randolph from Baylor and at the Big 12 Pro Days in Frisco on 365 Sports.
Fellow tall guy.